So if you're anything like me, you you often get sort of anxious thoughts throughout the day that move you off the path you want to go on as you go about your day. So these are sort of common thoughts, something like I need to do this particular thing, or I need to check something, right? So a common thing I get all the time is like, oh, did I leave the gas off? Did I leave the iron on? Did I did I lock the door? You know, silly things like this that I've always done. I've always done them. You know, I've always turned off the gas or whatever it is, but I'm always there's a little bit of me that just gets inside me and just makes me think I haven't done them. And the other thing is like, oh, I need to reply to this text, you know, small things like that. And increasingly, I've decided that I'm not going to get rid of these thoughts as such. You know, for a while I thought it was a case of just being being less forgetful. You know, being more sort of conscious of me turning off the gas and stuff like that. And maybe there's an argument that I could do that, but the trouble is I just don't think it's sensible for me to expect that I'm going to get to a point where it's like 100%. I always remember that I've turned the gas off. I just don't think that's really. It's not really realistic. I don't think it's what most people who aren't constantly worried about going back and checking the gas are doing. I think most people, they probably don't know. So it's something later on with the stage. I've got to recognise that this thought of like, oh, I did leave the gas on, I'm always going to have it. And it's just a case of what I do with it. And I've just decided that basically all these little things, unless there is an enormous threat, unless it causes like an enormous problem, I just have to ignore it. You know, like even making this video right now, you know, I'm drinking this coffee that required the oven hob to be turned on, and I'm literally thinking like, oh, should I just go and double check that it is turned off? But I've just decided, no, it's not going to be an absolute disaster if it is on, so I'm just going to have to ignore it. Or like, another one I get quite a lot is, oh, did I put my watch in my bag? You know, should I check for this thing in my bag? And again, unless it's something that's really important that I check, I just have to get this voice in my head that goes, I just have to reply and go, no, I'm not going to check that. Like, yesterday I went for a swim and afterwards I was just, I just started thinking to myself, oh, did I put my watch in my bag? And I just had to think, this watch is worth £10. You know, I've got a bit of sentimental value to it because it's a nice watch, but it doesn't. If I lose it, I lose it. You know what I mean? And just thinking like that has been just incredibly helpful. And I always remember people saying to me, "Oh, it's not about the thoughts you have; it's about what you do with them." And I always found that a bit sort of annoying and a bit kind of didn't quite make sense to me. And you know, there's still a lot of ways in which it doesn't make sense to me, but I get, you know, applied to this, it really makes a lot of sense. And it's been really liberating to be set free of these just confusing, disorienting thoughts. Like, oh, did I do this? Did I do this? So basically what I recommend in this video is if you get kind of anxious thoughts about this kind of stuff, just take a leap and just don't react to them, basically, because you're not going to get rid of them. and you're not gonna stop having the meat, and you're never really gonna be sure of whether you're diligent enough to have done everything. But the only thing that's going to make your brain sort of feel more confident is just going, yeah, I've done it, deal with it, and then leave it at that. So yeah, that's what I recommend, guys. If you want to get some coaching, the link's in the bio. It'd be great to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next video.